Hi, I'm Pam Schmidt, Chemical Minimalist. Last week I talked to you about learning more about myself in terms of my personality type, both in human design with Natalie Collins, and then I also did some delving in the book by Carol Tuttle titled It's Just My Nature and those energy types. In review, with human design, I am a manifesting generator. And in terms of Carol Tuttle, I'm a type 1, which is light and air, with a secondary nature of type 3, which is more of the rich and dynamic. I began that learning in March during the quarantine, making good contact during that time with a group of ladies through Zoom. Natalie Collins and Bronwyn Oschlager led those classes, and during that time I learned a lot more about why I do what I do, and that was quite interesting. A side insight that I gained was at that same time I just started changing and evolving my hair. And you'd think that wouldn't matter, but it combined with the whole thing of my eye health, eye journey, and the daily beauty routines that I have to do in order to protect my eyes. And again, I've had to really simplify the products that I use in order to get really simple, non-synthetic, and not irritate my eyes. So a number of years ago, I went from straighter hair. I would say that's about 5 years ago. I went from straighter hair to curly hair because it allowed me to get less products and use less styling stuff. In March, I learned about the curly girl method for hair. And really, it's a shampoo-free treatment. Almost shampoo-free. She kind of veered me toward a Facebook group called Curly Girls. And there's a couple of curly girl methods, but it's a co-wash method, which means you're washing your hair with conditioner and you're getting a little bit more simplified, pure products in your hair. So I'm going to kind of exemplify some of that, show you how my hair washing routine goes, and let me just kind of interject in little bits to explain. When I'm ready to wash my hair, I start outside the shower, and what I tend to do is I get my conditioner, and I use this one right now. Kind of changes depending on what's available, but some of the things you need to know with determining which conditioner to use is you need to avoid drying ingredients. Some of them are sulfonates and sulfates. Also the alcohols or witch hazel, isopropanol, and ethanol are all alcohols. You also want to avoid buildup of chemicals on your hair in terms of a wax. You want you don't want any non-natural oils or silicones, anything ending in C-O-N-E, cone, and I'm very allergic to that. Anything ending in conol, C-O-N-O-L, anything ending in zane, Z-A-N-E. So watch out for those things. Mineral oil, those kinds of things you don't want in your product. So anytime I'm looking online to find a product, I'm looking at the ingredients. So I take that, I part off my hair, I do a pump of conditioner, and I rub it in. You'll see me work on that, and after I've done that, and I'm due for hair color. After I do that and part it off in each spot, then I'm just going to scrub it. And basically, the curly girl method is scrub it until your arms ache. after it's all rubbed in, then it's time for the shower. And in the shower, the first thing I do is I wet my hair briefly. I do put a little shampoo right here because that's what touches my face the most, but the rest is all conditioner, and I'm just, while it's wet and away from the water, I just wet it and then get out, and I'm just doing, again, the scrubby motion. Sometimes I use my little head scratcher, and that's basically the cleaning process. Then I get back under the shower, put my head under there, and then I rinse very thoroughly. That's the longest amount of time I have my head under the water, parting off and rinsing, just to get the grease and oils out. Right after that, I reapply the same conditioner, parting off, apply, part off, apply all over the head, and then I add a little bit of coconut oil, the kind that you can eat. It's getting low. And it's usually a bit solid, except for summer. I melt it in my hand and I apply that as well. After that's applied, I brush through my hair, and until the next time I wash my hair, that's the only time I brush or comb my hair. The reason that's the only time I brush or comb is because I'm trying to maintain the curly factor, and when you do this a lot, it's going to pull out the curls and straighten them. That also means that a lot of my shedding is done in that shower, so I'm having to clean quite a bit of hair out of my drain. I have a lot of hair and I shed a lot all the time, and it's not a health issue for me. So that is the one time I'm combing out my hair. The next thing I do is I go for the final rinse, and this rinse is not as thorough. I used to rinse until it was all squeaky clean. Well, that's when all my fuzzies came out. And because I'm going curlier, I can leave more product in. In those days when I used to go straighter, I had to rinse it or my hair would look greasy. So what I do is I do a partial rinse. Just kind of same way, just kind of go through, and I leave it a little bit more here because this is my fuzzier zone. Rinse that out, and then when it's done, then what I'm doing is I'm quickly getting a microfiber on my hair. I like this one. It's well loved. And you can just put it on, and it has a loop and a button, and the microfiber just helps to maintain the curl the way I need to. Then what I do is I'm working on getting my hair ready to be styled. You do need some leave-on product, and if you look at the Curly Girl group, there are some products listed. I maintained an old habit that works well for me and for my hair. I just apply an aloe gel and an argan oil, and I'm not super picky about the brands, but it's about a tablespoon of aloe to about a dropper full of argan. That's all I do for styling. That's what makes my eyes happy and my hair's okay enough. No combing. No combing at that point. My hair is fairly drippy at that point. Some people do the applying of the aloe and all of that straight in the shower while their hair is drippy. My hair is so extremely porous that I have to put the towel on my hair first before I do all of this so that the aloe actually goes in. I have a blow dryer that you will see that has a diffuser, a removable diffuser. Quick blow dry my bangs, and then the rest of it, I just lean over and I'm using the diffuser. For me, it takes quite a while because my hair is very porous, very thick. Some people let their hair air dry for a while and then go after the diffuser. For me, my hair would take all day if I let it just dry on its own. So I've got to really go after it. Always have a couple of patches that are straight and you still can see some. What I like to do is I have my curling iron and I'll just touch a couple of spots. If I were truly curly girl, I would just let those stick out, but it kind of bothers me. So that's how I came to be in this curly girl journey. Each person who does this has their own variations. I would encourage you to check out some of those groups on Facebook because they actually have product lists. Hair goes through a transition. The first day you do this, it's not going to be as curly as it will a month or even 2 months later. I consulted with my beautician quite a bit on it, and she herself has very curly hair, so she knew this procedure. She has noticed with each month after, and I've been at it for about 6 months, that each month after my hair seems to be getting curlier, which is great. I love it. I usually go for about 4 days without washing. And so when I get up in the morning, sometimes it needs a redo, and I didn't bring it. I just have a glass spray bottle with water and spray it on and do the blow drying again. Sometimes I just take a little handful of this, spray my hair and just apply it. Some days I do a little bit of this. It's just as the mood hits me. I never comb during those dirty days. I only comb one time in the shower while I'm washing. Thanks for joining in today. It's been nice sharing it with you, and have a wonderful day.